Perhaps it is a story similar to what you know, yet not quite the same. SilverLand was once a part of Xenia. Yes, the sky continent Xenia. A land ruled by the 6 gods. Each god governs their own domain with its own laws. However, those laws were far too harsh for ordinary humans to bear. So, humans started gathering in neutral lands like SilverLand, which were lands on the border between the domains of 2 different gods. There, people found freedom from those harsh laws. But they were no longer able to rely on the gods' protection. And so, oracles like me came to be, carrying the wishes of people and offering them to the 6 gods. Then received their revelations and delivered them back to the people. That is the path I have always followed. Dreamwalker. I was born with a peculiar trait that allowed me to wander through dreams. Because of this, I could take the dreams shaped by people's wish and approach the 6 gods. Even within dreams, facing the will of such great beings was never easy. Still, I was fine. Because in my dreams, Baku was always by my side. Oh, this little one is Baku. Did you think it was just a pillow? You're not wrong. He's very soft. But he's not just cute. Baku is a mystical beast that devours nightmares. Thanks to him, I could walk through the dream world without any fears. However, there is one thing I overlooked. People's prayers turn into wishes. And that wish, tainted by desire, soon grew into greed. They prayed endlessly for those desires. And I became trapped within the nightmares born from them. And even Baku, who struggled to swallow those bitter nightmares, was eventually crushed beneath the weight of that desire. A suffocating nightmare. To escape that nightmare, I needed to wake up from the dream. It would be great if someone would wake me up from reality. But instead of waking me up, they prayed. They prayed for the oracle to wake from her eternal slumber. They wanted to wake me up so I could take their requests up to the gods. But those prayers, too, became desire, forming an unbreakable wall that kept me trapped within the nightmare. Though they all wished for me to wake up, they left me there in silence. all but one person. The dream world began to tremble. At first, it was only the faintest vibration. But the pulse of the nightmare that was crushing the dream slowly began to change. My heart, once unsteady and trembling, gradually started matching the heavy beat of the drums. Or perhaps the sound of my heartbeat itself was the bass. The final blow was the sharp sound of the guitar ripping through the walls of the dream. There was a sound that shocked those who were quietly praying in silence. The powerful burst of rock coming from the young oracle Amy. Don't just stand there and pray, wake up the oracle! Great oracle, it's time to wake up! That bold cry pulled me out of the nightmare. When I opened my eyes, covered in sweat, paying no attention to those trying to stop her, Amy stood there, greeting me with a smile, mic gripped in hand. I'll never forget that song that brought morning to me. So now, rather than being an oracle who only prays for dreams and wishes, I was to become an oracle that brings forth morning to SilverLand.